Okay. Text saying, where's Chef? Somebody was asking, where's Chef in my chat yesterday. We did not get to see Chef play yesterday. Maybe we see Chef today? Who knows? Who knows? Okay. Speaking of rosters. All right, Snus Reloaded coming through, dropping just the one map to good guys here in the upper bracket finals. They did 3-0 SuperConfident last time these two met in the upper bracket semis. But you know, we talked a little about the Super Shy roster, the SuperConfident roster being a little bit of a reunion of that old Super Shy roster. I know, Lunar, I know the delay sucks for interaction. It's good for integrity. It's very good for integrity, but it very much sucks for interaction. Well, if SuperConfident are kind of the reimagining of Super Shy, then Snus Reloaded are the reimagining of Mythical Minions. So Sonder, Central Apan, JP, all coming from Mythical Minions. Timo Soini. My goodness, we're gonna get it right today. Timo Soini, absolutely is an unknown to me coming into this weekend, and felt like a real standout player alongside Sonder there on Snus Reloaded. And Sonder, Apan, and JP, I think, are all three big standout players. And hit scan, tank, and then flex support in kind of in that order. From Mythical Minions, and a big reason they were able to get such a fantastic result in Season 2 of Face It. From the Expert Division moving up into Master Division here for Season 3. And these three players, I think, have been a big part of that. So we are not going to get Sonder in out of the gate as we get ready to head into this first map. It's Lijiang Tower to kick off your grand finals. Oh, shoot. Grand finals. Boom. Oh, look at that. Look at that. You gotta love it when it just perfectly lines up.
3, 2, 1. Round 1. Capture.
All right, let's get into this bad boy. The Tori coming out on the Maga. First time we've seen this today. We saw this a little bit yesterday, but first time we have seen it in their match today. Did not see it at all in the lower bracket finals, but immediate first pick to Chaba, or on to Chaba, and a quick disengage. This is going to give free first cap over. Ooh. Just for swag over the top catch. JP sleeping, perhaps trying to be a little greedy there, thinking they can just swift step out. Eats it direct. Tissue is down, or Tissue is low, but it's just for swag that goes down. Excuse me. Essentially, if stays tall here on this Orisa. Tori try to move in, buy some space, but I think it's just delaying the cap at this point. As a matter of fact, actually, too many reinforcements down. So I think there's some similarities between what we were talking about with the Genji and how to play around your Brig there with Coach Cass, and playing with the Pharah, and also maintaining sightline. You see the Brig is the one responsible for that, for keeping Jesper swag, giving them an edge through the fight. Here's the Kitsune Rush coming out here from JP. Central running up to the front. Nice disengage. Back all the way back around the corner. Keeping a good distance here from Central Japan, and that Terra Surge that they got in their pocket immediately comes out around the corner. Tori doesn't quite make it back to avoid the damage. Timo throws in a barrage over the top, and I don't think got the sound barrier. My goodness, my words are starting to fail me. Crazy fight, lot happening. But what I saw was the sound barrier looked to only get 2, maybe 3 people with that. Timo Soini, not one of them. I'm not sure Central got it at all either. So, flip comes through. And, oh, hey, I have your name swapped to Tom. Holy cow. How terrible of me. It is SuperConfident, who are now in control of the point. Just for a sec, trying to get some extra done in the corner there, but Central Apen was all over that one. I did not see the setup on that fight because I was busy swapping your names over. I apologize. Let's lock in. Let's lock in. A complete back and forth. I almost called them Mythical Minions, but Snus Reloaded. It still has some presence here until the very end. Just right comes in over the top, kind of capitalizing on a mismatch here on Coast side. JP has their back to just swag at the moment. Yeah, that was a dangerous moment. Vittori's low, looking for a place to use his rampage. Took too much damage trying to push in there. 63% on the board. Team's pretty darn close in percentage, as a matter of fact. See if Tissue Baker can find a way to get value out of this blade. Kind of scouting in over the top. Knows Jesper Swag is behind him. Has made that call. Vittori, meanwhile, pushing out. Doesn't find opportunities. The rampage on that one. Has to disengage there from the Kitsune rush. And Tissue Baker is able to pick up two. Blade out in the back and is going to just pile on the kills in the feed. That's a 4K for Tissue Baker to flip this point. Snus Reloaded are back in control. Make it 5. I saw it, Pan. It just took me long. I appreciate the DM. It just took me a second. It's because of the 2-minute delay. I do get him swapped for you here momentarily. Thank you for the heads up, though. I need all the help I can get. No. Thank you for the heads up. Oh. Orbital Ray is up here. Just for a sec, trying to barrage right into it. Actually picks up two. Mid Orbital Ray. You're not going to out-heal that barrage. Now Hittori's just chasing JP away. There's the flip. So, no Charlie Niner here. We're headed to a 99-99. Final fight. He's going to take Night Market to kick things off. Okay. Looking... I was about to say, that was a rotation all the way into the back. A free flip goes over the other way, and a C9! No! No! I thought it was bad enough they gave up the flip. They don't get the touch. That's a pretty outrageous one. Oh, my. I mean, somebody dangled the bacon over Tissue Baker. Like, everybody just smelled something delicious and all went chasing after Tissue Baker. Call him Tissue Bacon after that. They had the bacon in their pocket. You know, they were drawing everybody towards them.
4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
The entirety of SuperConfident went chasing Tissue Baker. It not only gave him the free flip. Okay. All right, we're moving on. No point crying over spilled milk. It's time to get into Control Center. We're going to get Zoro swapping on over to the Cass. Team of Sony is sticking here with the Pharah. An inside Control Center, no less. Quick rotation all the way around. Despite the speed ring, Hattori's just going to stand their ground. Wall up. Apan fortified on point. Team of Sony sacrifices themselves to get Chaba, and Tissue Baker just dashes through everybody. Does end up getting that initial first pick, and is able to leverage that all the way around into a lot more. Tissue Baker, wow, once again with a spectacular fight. Joshua Swag moving over to match the Genji. No more mech. Team have put a lot of pressure on Cove's side, but not enough to force SuperConfident off of Apan. Apan is just running, being chased down by the entirety of the SuperConfident team. Eventually goes down. Timosoidian is low. Oh, and Tissue Baker comes up with another pair. This is going to be Tissue Baker versus Zoro. Genji versus the cast. Flip is in. 36% on the board here for Snus Reloaded. Oh, okay. Okay. Sure. You just dive into 5 players, get one of the most elite hit scans we have in the tournament, and dash out like it's nothing. Yeah, absolutely, sure. What? Whoa. Who is this player? And that was part of that recognition. That was the understanding. We just heard Coach Cass talking about that. Oh, Tibasoni with the Suzu barrage right over the entryway. Yeah, that just felt like the metal detectors just went off. I was like, Wah! That's it. You're dead. Nope, you're not allowed entrance. Security. But what I was going to say is Tissue's Baker ability to read the situation, know they can get in and get the kill and dash out. And we've seen it a couple times now. Zoro now going to drop the Deadeye here. We've got 3 ults piled on top of each other as the beam surge comes out and results in a couple of kills. Big, heavy investment, but they get the job done. And it seems to be a place where SuperConfident, or in fact SuperConfident, is through those big ult fights. One of the reasons they were able to take that dub over good guys was consistently winning the big ult fights. A lot of times against good guys, it seemed to be more in a counterpunch kind of style. Very aggressive on that approach. And they do get 3 ults out on the other side. I guess technically Tennessee used theirs the day before. Here comes the Blade. Speaking of ultimates, Jonowich apparently did not see that one coming. Jasper Swag is trying to equalize. We're just going to keep eyes on Tissue Baker here. They've got Hattori low. Jaspin is up, and Jasper Swag with the kill. The peel is there. The teamwork on point. We get by with a little help from our friends. Unfortunately, Jasper Swag just gets demolished there by Apex, as I was saying that. Hattori once again trying to see if they can find that kill on the Team of Sony. Without Jasper Swag in the fight, Tissue Baker goes unhinged. The backline getting in the mix even. And this is looking like we're headed over. Well, this is looking like a Snus Reloaded map 1 win is what this is looking like. Yes, indeedy. Yes, sirree, Bobtail. So far, Snus Reloaded keep that flawless streak going there from the upper bracket semis. And despite this fantastic play out of Hattori, not quite enough to get it done. Oh, my stupid score wheel. Okay, apparently we just got some good old classic Overwatch music. The lobby music decided to play the mini music. Okay. Headed into hybrid, your map choices are King's Row, or King's Row. Oh, wait, there's actually other maps. I'm just getting word. I'm getting word. There's actually other maps in the map pool. Yes, apparently Eichenwalde and Numbani are both actually in the map pool as well. Which, how we have not seen any Eichenwalde this tournament, like, a crime. It's a crying shame. Dude, seriously though. Tissue Baker? Like, my goodness. That was a very, very impressive first map. What a showing on the Genji. And we could immediately see, so after kind of studying, which, I mean, Kurama had some incredible pop-off moments there from good guys. I know that our analysis there, for what little small time we had, was, pretty critical. But we did do, kind of some detailed deep dive into, the thoughts of a Genji, kind of even what Cass learned from Top Dragon, one of the best Genjis in the world, and kind of their philosophy, and kind of getting in some input on that, or some insight on that. and then turn around and seeing Tissue Baker kind of execute on some of those things, on the recognition of you can go in, get the kill, get out. Not having to, spend a lot of time in either recognizing where they can use a dash to close the distance and know they'll get the kill, or, use another, they didn't have, there was a speed ring, I guess they could have used a couple times in that one. I didn't really see. We'll have to keep an eye on that for, it was the shout that Cass was talking about when we were looking at that Suravasa. But there's other ways, obviously, to engage. I mean, break packs and speed rings can definitely help a Genji engage, and close the distance without having to use their dash to do so. But either way, it looked like Tissue Baker was checking all the right boxes as far as I could tell. All right. Yeah. You know what? Apparently there is only one map. There's only one map here in the pool. Well, this is a best of 7, right? I mean, first to 4. So, theoretically, well, we could possibly see another hybrid map, but it's not going to be on map 2. I hear some King's Row music. Let's get into it. Whoa, wrong button. I meant to let off the down, not the down and the slow. Okay.
5, 4, 3,
Junker Queen, Kiri defense coming out here from SuperConfident is, let me get those side swapped again. So we're on the high ground. Chaba staying down low there with Jesper Swag to hold Hotel. Is in a bit of trouble. I mean, immediate pressures. Lucid has come in here for Snus Reloaded. And this Zarya gave SuperConfident so many problems in the semi-bracket, in the semifinals. So hence why we are seeing the difference in this defensive composition. And we're not getting the Hattori Junker Queen, or excuse me, we are getting the Hattori Junker Queen. We're not getting the Arisa. Also, yeah, there's a Bastion. Okay. I saw Li Zhang and tabbed out. Aww. Aww. That was cool. I'm gonna try that. That was a really cool piece of tech. A little double jump to get up to this high ground as Zarya. Okay, okay, I respect it. Unfortunately, you've lost the bulk of your damage. You do still have, well, you temporarily have Teemo. Teemo just getting absolutely outnumbered up here. Vittoria able to hold the front door while a couple kills are happening there in the back line. Sonder has returned, wheels down, deflected a significant amount of damage, and that is a Kitsune Rush right in the face. Snus Reloaded. That is a statement Kitsune Rush. Okay, Lucid is coming up on Grav here for this next fight. Yep, there's the dash through into the Grav. Timasuni. Oh, late investment from Jonowich to try to keep everybody alive through that. I feel like you needed to hit that right when the Grav came out. Now, also Chef coming in. First time we've seen Chef here on this stream. I'm sorry I missed that. I totally missed that. You do have Chef subbing in here for Snus Reloaded, and well, now they're gonna have the beam advantage as they have the orbital ray after that late investment. Zoro just going to try to win this one right out of the gate, though. Jesper Swag is the one who gets the final blow on to Sonder. I'm sure everybody's gun immediately pointed at the Bastion. Oh, the Rampage makes it through. Jesper Swag is there to clean up on it, make good, despite the Orbital Ray in and a Coalescence out of JP, which there was a Moira swap into a Coalescence very quick. Like, I swear JP was still on the carry last time I looked at it. What a weird composition. And the Coalescence wins it out, unbelievably. The Moira is the good pick. This is fun. This is just fun composition. Sonder's gonna come off the Bastion, and Hattori heads on over to Romatra. This is just back and forth. Timsoni actually... Oh, do you have enough health to do anything with this? Timsoni sneaks out the Mega. Are you kidding? Whoop! Chama trying to give chase. Oh, but is getting shot in the back here. And no one else is even close. That was a wild fight. Turlets, thank you for the follow. And that was just, I was just kind of sitting there stunned on that one. That was such a wild fight. Jeffers back gonna go match the May as we head into point C. 3.5 on the board here for Snus Reloaded. Double support ults at the ready. Grab coming out here from Lucid. Don't see a whole lot of follow-up on the back of it. Suzu Katsuna rush there as soon as the grab fades. And that is going to be enough for this defense to stabilize. Janowicz not investing the orbital ray to try to fend off the grab. I think Hattori was just able to block through that. I mean, not a whole lot, you don't have the Bastion there to just, plow through a grab. So not as much just immediate burst damage out from the Mei Genji. Timsoni is not able to kind of get the same dash through value we saw in the initial grab. Blizzard now coming out here from Sonder. Good disengage out the other direction with Sorrow cut down while they're trying to use that overclock. So quick pair of kills. Janowicz still no chance to use that orbital ray. And this attacking team of Snus Reloaded is going to keep on rolling here through point C. It's only taking them about a minute. We got a lot of space picked up. Keep an eye on Timsoni here. You got both supports off that side. And then Zoro on this far angle. Oh, that's a nasty shot. And if Timsoni wasn't respecting the Zoro Widowmaker before, they certainly are now. As Tori pushes forward with the pommels. Take her down through both of your supports. And the defense buys this stage right off back. They did invest the orbital ray amidst that. It was the only ult use here from the defense. Super confident on that. Sonder's going to swap back on over to the Bastion. Back line onto a Kiri Juno now. Oh, Wilson somehow finds a pick onto Zoro. Is another player apparently too aggressively? I don't know, maybe. Katsune rush in the back, but there's only 3 players on this defense left to take advantage of it. It is enough to take Timsoni out of the fight, out of Blade for that matter. But still, there's a lot of pressure coming down, a lot of sustain, and with Sonder still in the battlefield, a lot of damage to boot. Luce is going to throw in a Terror Surge while Janowicz gets found out on the outside. Defensive Blizzard, though, is monstrous, as Jesper Swag just bails out this defense with a 4-player Blizzard. Lucid making yet another tank swap. 3rd tank we have seen on this attack alone. 3rd tank hero. I probably should have specified. I had a feeling. Everybody's trying to turn that corner. Yeah, it's just open season here for Zoro. 20 seconds remain. Satori punches through Timasuni. JP eats a face full of Doritos. Hey, if you were quicker, it would have been a snack. Instead, it's a trip right back to spawn. And this is looking like a hold on point C. So we got Timasuni maybe to touch. Lucid. That's up to Lucid. Lucid will get the touch. I don't know there's much more than that. The Kitsune Rush is invested in from a distance, but nobody can close the gap. SuperConfident with a big hold here on the back of Kings.
Score 0-2. Switching sides. Initiating match. Ready for battle.
Stuff's reloaded. And it looked like it was starting off so good for him. I say that. I mean, there was a lot of time taken off the point initially. There was an incredibly aggressive hold. We see go through multiple iterations and compositions. Both tanks swap into 3 separate heroes throughout the midst of that attack. SuperConfident make the right adjustments.
4, 3,
Particularly that May. That May coming out from Jesper Swag. Such a huge factor. Going back over to the Genji here for this attack. Sondra comes out on a Symmetra for this defense. Everything else is pretty standard towards the Orisa Brawl Goblin comp. Checking in some Zaro. Some Zaro Pav. Well, that's a lot of damage on the Lucid. Lucid gets below that. You see the yellow go away from Lucid's health bar. They're in trouble. Unless they've got cooldowns to work with. You see Lucid below that point, and they're not jab spinning or fortified, and Lucid's in real trouble. Does have the fortify here, so they are able to anchor for a moment, but you got to peel for that back line. Satori and Jonowich have just mowed their way on through, and Lucid dies trying to keep their friends alive. One and done here for SuperConfident on point A. We've seen Zoro get these kills before. Yeah, that was... Woo! Timo, Suity, that was entirely too close.
escort the payload.
Couple of different angles here. Zoro rejoins Jesper Swag. Try to put shots down from above. Does have some Infrasight up, as a matter of fact. Everybody from Sus Reloaded just kind of huddled down here right on the corner, keeping JP at a distance, who's very close to that orbital ray. So is Jonowich, for that matter. I think this fight's about to get explosive as both the beams come out. Rowley thrown into the mix as well. Annihilation in from Hattori and just melts through Timasuni and JP in the backline. But Lucid's able to stand tall, throw their ultimate into the mix. Chamba with a quick assist that is able to avoid the damage on that. But can you avoid the death? It looks like they're able to get out. A really good speed ring in from Jonowich to help keep their backline alive. Buys enough time for Hattori to find that kill on the Chef. And once again, the big old fight going in the way of SuperConfident. They're so good in these crazy, massive ult investments. And I thought Lucid with the late Terror Surge might be able to swing that around, might be able to get something done, but only catches Chaba in it. Chaba knows exactly where to swift step to. They have their out. Photon Barrier thrown on this point, trying to dissect the attacking team, who does have Blade, or excuse me, who did have a Kitsune Rush, but the Blade from Timo finds 2. Sonder able to find a couple as well. We're finally seeing the Symmetra find a little bit of value here. I was starting to question, and I think Sonder has about had enough of that as well. After the Photon Barrier is used, Sonder's going over to an Ashe. Watch for Zora to pop up, and yep. Getting aggressive into this fight. I love how Jesper Strike moves in right as Zoro tries to make a move forward. Good communication there. Now the push around in the back with the barrage. Lands one direct, can't quite get the other. Speed ring out from JP. But here comes a full rotation on the flank. Yeah, Zoro's right there with it. Fights both supports. Jesper Strike may not need this ult, although Chaba does get kind of left alone, isolated there by Snus Reloaded. Team of Soeni trying to hold down the point. Terror Surge used to try to get rid of Hattori. Look like Hattori is able to duck around the corner, avoid the damage, and SuperConfident win that fight on both fronts. Oh. Tons of damage perpetuated by a beautiful Bile Knight thrown in from Chaba. And that's Lucid swap over to the Malga, just immediately sent back. Just barely even got through an overrun before they were just deleted off of the planet. Nice direct there out of Jesper Swag. Great high ground control, and Sonder knows it immediately takes that away. JP throwing in the orbital into this as well. There is an offensive bomb out of Zoro, just holding out in the back, but ends up being a reset. Lucid found the kill onto Jonowich, forced everybody to reset there from SuperConfident and buy some moments here for the defense to stabilize. Which means putting Sonder on the high ground. You see the magical bullets of Zoro flying through the screen, making that swap. That's going to be a Sound Barrier Blade out of Team Soeni, and Jonowich, yeah, the Space Laser is not going to keep you alive through that. Team Soeni with a nice deflect kill on a Jesper Swag as well. And we get another reset. A lot of this time already been eaten off the clock here after making the swap over to the, to the Malga. Team Soeni has been on the Genji the whole time, and Sonder making a change of their own here. Looking to match. Never mind. Looking to match? Didn't happen. That's cage fight holding Hattori and Chaba in the midst of this. Hattori's just going to pop the Annihilation. Excuse me, that was Jesper Swag in there. That's a lot more sustained. Yeah, Jesper Swag just farming health off of that giant Lucid Maga. Chef tries to touch, no luck. That's going to be a Death Blossom to celebrate the victory of map 2, and SuperConfident take a map off of Snus Reloaded for the first time here in this postseason.
Play of the game.
All right, 1-1 here in our grand finals. All right, we'll let the Overwatch music play. It's gonna do that. I'll let that play out. I do want to add a caveat. So I mentioned that it's the first time SuperConfident's taking a map off of Snus Reloaded in the postseason. But we did learn earlier today that SuperConfident were the one and only team to beat Snus Reloaded through the regular season. So the 10-1 record, that blemish there in the loss column for Snus Reloaded, courtesy of SuperConfident. So this is the third time these two teams have met here in the NEL, and both have won a series. Now we're tied up. Now we're all knotted as we head into map 3. It is going to be Snus Reloaded's map pick. But you know what? I feel like SuperConfident have a bit of momentum, coming off the back of that win on King's Row. And it was a 2-0 on Lijiang. I think it could be, it's 4 map losses in a row against this squad here for SuperConfident. I feel like that's the kind of thing that could easily get in your head, right? So to put a stop to that, to make sure and turn the tides there on Kings and early in the grand finals, not take a map, after you're already 3 maps down and you're already kind of forcing yourself into a desperate situation. Strike back early here in map 2, even us up, and really does kind of it lends way to the feeling that we have 2 very, very even squads here, as we look back at the totality of NEL and their history against each other. Okay. Looks like we are just keeping with the trend. Lijiang Kings and Runasapi. We are getting Happy Sloth sub back in for Chef. Lucid looks to be staying in here for Snus Reloaded, as is Sonder. So, despite the spectacular, is the Malga Brainrot only an NA? I don't know. We'll see. But, as I was saying, despite the fantastic showing from Tissue Baker there at map 1 on the Genji, they are keeping with Team Soini to play that flex DPS role. So we are getting, I guess that was more than the double flex DPS look. But Sonder coming back in, staying in, should I say, here for map number 3 in that hit scan roll. Going in, question mark? Stupid caster's always taking too long. All right, it's time for map 3. As we get into the middle chapter, we've gotten through the introductions of our teams, both teams showing us a bit of what they've got for us. Now we're kind of getting into the real meat of the story here as we head into Runasapi. We're bound to see some tank changes. The Tori has touted a magnificent Junker Queen, not just throughout NEL, but throughout just EMEA competition in general. Would absolutely expect to see that here as we head into Runasapi. Oh! The tactical pizza pause clause. I don't know if that's how you spell clause. I think that's how you spell clause. Yeah, every tournament needs a tactical pizza pause clause. I'm just saying. I'm not silly. You're silly. I know what you're talking about. Mock-up brain rot is hottie only. That is an appropriate response, Trash Panda. Oh yeah, I mean, it's Hottie. Hottie is the GOAT. Hottie can brain rot whatever character Hottie wants to. That's what happens when you reach GOAT status. I mean, like true GOAT status, like Hottie GOAT status. It's just, when anybody else does it, it's brain rot. When Hottie does it, it's big brain. I'm just sitting here enjoying my tea, honestly. Cheers, friends. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. What an awesome weekend of Overwatch. Oh, this has been good. This has been good. Would you bear with us for our tactical pizza pause? We'll be right back into map 3 momentarily. In the meantime, enjoy the sultry sounds of stream beats in Bull Skunk Radio. We're keeping it smooth. We're keeping it low key. And we can cast in our low key, smooth DJ voice. It's time to get into Runasapi here for map number 3 for tonight's NEL Grand Finals. All right, let's get into it.
1. Objective unlocks in 30 seconds.
Aww, Vittoria and Happy talking about hanging out. You gotta love it. I so wish I could come to Stockholm. I wanna come hang out with all y'all. All right. Never mind that. It's not wholesome anymore. Let's get down to business. Timosoeni giving Jonowich the business in right now. They get Sonder right back here on the Bumblebee. Whoop. Whoop. Early positioning based on that early aggression. So around the corner here without even a true fight win. I think it was an early pick that forced a disengage. Saunder's now low. Tori popping the Nemesis. Yeah, it's just going to pummel the way through. Or pummel. So about 32 meters picked up off of an initial pick, but true fight win goes over to SuperConfident, and Lucid goes over to an Orisa. Watch for the drill dash. Yeah, I was gonna say watch for the drill dash and try to force Sonder down to the low ground, but they don't get the ambush. Ooh, that's an aggressive position there from Chaba. Not enough burst damage there to one-shot him. They're able to pretty easily swift step out. Ooh, are they able to keep Vittoria alive for this exchange? Opt to go throw some headshots down on Lucid instead. Ends up doing significant amount of damage, and Lucid now being swarmed here. Jesper Swag is getting into the mix, and the Orisa falls. Brought down to their knees, or sit down to the glue factory. Maybe brought down to their hooves, perhaps. Sonder is found out there in the back, while Jesper Swag continues to buy more space up front. Ooh. JP with an important pick there. Might be able to slow this down. Kitsune Rush and Artillery Strike both thrown in. Zoro avoiding the kind of delayed throw down there. That was a nice little move. Kitsune Rush now to try to bring this fight back. A lot of ultimates still available here. And looks like SuperConfident are starting to trade. Oh, Hattori fighting Sonder up in the window is a big one. Can you keep Zoro alive? Not quite. The orbital is in here in a 2v3 situation for SuperConfident, and Jesper Shrag returns to make it an even 3v3. We did get the orbital thrown in late, thrown in second, and finding more value. They're out of Snus reloaded as they do win out that broken 3v3 fight. Trash Panda, Hattori can get as many pizzas as she wants to, and that's just every pause is now as Hattori's getting pizza. That's just facts. I will not be accepting any questions. Oh! I thought the Blizzard got interrupted. But still, the Suzu's there from Chava. It doesn't even catch anybody. So they're right back into this fight and continue to press forward. SuperConfident. Should be able to get checkpoint in this, particularly with these late picks coming through. Lucid rushing back to try to support the rest of the team. Sonder wheels down. Good amount of damage, but you got to break through that pesky Ramatra shield. Just for swag. Only momentarily finding safety. As Tina Soeni now dashing through in the back, trying to avoid the annihilation. Remember, Hattori and Zoro have already felled 2 of your players. Your stuff reloaded. And it looks like Lucid will be the 3rd to fall. Tina Soeni trying to get out. Zoro will not let them. Artillery strike out of the back. Just trying to make this team uncomfortable, but I don't think SuperConfident look very shook at all. I'm seeing a lot of low health bars on the other side, even though there's a Consumer Rush and an Orbital Ray invested here from Snus Reloaded. But they're able to top up. The heals are good, but the trades are in. Late kills there. Timasoni picking up Jesper swag. Most importantly, Hattori fall throughout that fight as Lucid stays on their feet in the back line. JP, despite dying late, gotta give props to Choplin for that one. But man, that back line, JP and Happy Sloth did an impeccable job of sustaining their team through that fight. Still plenty of time on the board here to swing this one back. I mean, you could absolutely snowball this into a checkpoint. Particularly, you know, with Terra Surge and Blade coming all online. Mean combo. Sonder has come off of the Bastion, is now on their cast, and he can help put a little bit more pressure down on Jesper swag. And you know, kind of a little bit more, as I say, the poke damage is probably less, actually. Jesper swag somehow finding value against the aerial Happy Sloth. Picking up a huge kill there with the Tectonic Shock. Looking for a late pick on the Lucid. This would be disastrous, but the supports are there. Happy Sloth has returned back in this fight. Lucid should be able to stand tall. Yeah, they're going to go ahead and just rotate back. We'll get a proper fight here in the courtyard. One where we're going to have Kitsune Rush and Annihilation here for SuperConfident as they try to round the corner. Disrespect coming out. Chaba goes down, but the Kitsune Rush is in. Hattori just throwing out the Tendrils of Death, throwing out the Arms of Block. See if they can at least get close spawns out of it. Not quite. Oh, they're still maintaining. They were lost close spawns, actually. Hattori lives with 1 health off the outside with line of sight to Janowich. Pops out the ambush onto Sonder, but the Orbital Ray just in time to save him. Now Hattori finds themselves trying to dance around this little kiosk. Kitsune Rush at their back. Orbital Ray trying to keep them alive through it. A lot of support ult invested with not a full team here. Jesper Swag comes up with 2 kills late in this exchange. The Rock Munchin Venture with a 3-piece in this fight is the unusual pick. The unusual pick out of Jesper Swag. Finding a ton of value there. Whoop. And I think that's one of the keys there. Not only is Venture so good at getting in and out. Oh. Ground-based ultimate, yeah, just throw it on pretty much the only ground-based target in the Erasa, but the sustain's too good. Lucid dropped down behind Chaba, lands the spear, the torpedoes. You got stepped on by the TS1. That hurt. Ow. Okay, there's the forward spines eventually lost. A speedy Deadeye here for Sonder. Ooh. Chaba and Jesper Swag are kind of dancing with the devil, dancing with the Deadeye, if you would. And eventually picking up kills on Team Sony in the process. Now, Jesper Swag Venture does get caught out. And Lucid's going to go ahead and invest the Terror Surge on the back of that. Is low on health. Tori was putting a lot of pressure on the back line, so Lucid was not able to get any of that health back. Lay pick on and Chaba mean that SuperConfident are down and supporting this fight. Oh, Sonder getting a bit ahead of the rest of the pack. That was a switch of in. Tori with a good read. Is just going to go chase JP out of the back. Happy Slot's able to get him topped up, but ooh, and Tori ends up biting off more than they can chew. With 35 seconds left, did that just hand over control of this side of the map and give Snus Reloaded a glimpse, just a chance to bring this one back? Whoop. Both teams with the Kitsune onto the point. Chaba just getting right in the face. Got one headshot onto JP, but JP got Zaro. Jefferson Sweat got one, but it looks like this is Sus Reloaded still up in this fight as Timasoni pulls out the blade. Oh, could you have saved the blade? JP is down. They'll be able to swift step back in this fight, and most importantly, Timasoni, Happy Sloth stays alive. Still, this is going to require several fights. And it'll start with one here as good old Tim Smith the first is going to take a break at this checkpoint. Defensive change to stabilize. That's 2 up top. 3 coming down low. Really no ultimates from either side. I mean, there is a Deadeye. Lucid's Terror Surge, probably the one we really need to keep an eye on. They're pushing up front, guided by this Deadeye. Lucid's going to move up into the corner. Caught Jesper Swag in that. Good opening pick, but it costs 2 ults. Important meterage being gained here this whole time, but I think it's gonna be a fight for this corner. Tori's not gonna give this one up so easily. Tori's forced into the inside. That's gonna push the supports back as they've got to get sight lines there on the tank. Only one more fight here to determine this map and who takes the lead in, who takes the lead in this series. Lucid low. Here comes Jesper Swag in. Trying to see if they can follow up on it. Take a shot, but they get that kill. Zaro's able to help out. All focus down onto Lucid. And the front line falls. Well, it looks to be the first domino of many. Barring a miracle coming in out of Timasoni. No, and Tori's not going to let that happen. SuperConfident will take map 3 and that lead in the series. It's not match point. It's first to 4. It's first to 4. I was getting a little ahead of myself. Still a SuperConfident win. And another Hattori play of the game. I'm late. Woo. Woo-wee. Oh, sorry, my shoulders are sore. Ah, big stretch, big stretch, big stretch, big stretch. Ah. Important stretch. Huge lead right out of the gate. Oh, additional information. Okay. What, do we have like a free map to Snus Reloaded or something? So it's actually tied? No, it doesn't look that way. Oh! Aw! Thank you! Aw! That's amazing. Yay! Thank you, Trash Panda. Are you sure the official broadcast has their delay on? I'm in lobby with a 2-minute delay, Dirtmaster. I am in lobby with a 2-minute delay. Now I'm curious.
Could get caught out, but a lot of the time that pressure is enough in that split. Just made it harder for the Genji.
Yeah, I don't know how. Is there an NA delay? Is that a thing? I didn't know that if NA delay is a thing. Now I'm curious. Like when they go in, are they going in at the same time that I'm going in? We'll keep the stream up. Well, I'll keep you posted. You have piqued my curiosity there, Dirtmaster. Let's see. Are we getting any subs? Doesn't look like it. Still have Lucid in on tank for Snus Reloaded. Saunders staying in that hit scan / flex DPS role. I don't know. I guess Bastion's a hit scan. No changes for SuperConfident. So we got Chaba and Jonowich there in the back line. Being from NA is a disability? Yeah. Yeah, I can't argue that. Learning your team's kicking ass. Your team is kicking ass. World's best cheerleader. I want to come drink with y'all at DreamHack. Damn it. I'm jealous. Y'all gotta take lots of photos for me. You just gotta Photoshop me in there. You can buy us all Diet Pepsis. I'm fine with that. Okay. Yeah. Now I'm super curious. Now I'm just like anxiously like, wait a minute. Are they going in? Just double checking. It looks like we're headed to. Looks like we're headed to Circuit Royale here for map number 4. Tex had SuperConfident side pick. Jesper Schwack said 66-68. I can only go on this tourney. Hey, yeah, that's the only one that matters. Now, see, what would be impressive is if the stream went in before lobby launched. That's weird. That is so weird, Dirtmaster. I mean, they could be using a different, like, they could be on a 90-second delay, and I'm using a 2-minute delay. It could be something like that. That wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. There was a they took a break for prod. Which does give us time to see. We are gonna get a side swap here. Snus Reloaded starting on the defense. All right. Looks like the official broadcast is back. Which match we should be getting into. All right, let's get ready to get into map number 4.
Initiating match. Ready for battle.
Snus Reloaded took map 1. SuperConfident have come back with back-to-back map wins after a really good hold on Kings and then an outstanding push to open up things on Runasapi. Really put themselves prime position here. Put themselves just kind of out of reach. They're in both of those maps. Particularly on Runasapi. Puck-oriented defense here, but with Timaswini on the May. Reps try slow this thing down. Try to create as many little stops for Lucid to be able to make. It looks like they are just forced all the way back though. I think he might be able to try to slow down that retreat, but it's just with Joshua Swag pouring in so much damage over the top. And Zoro here on the Widowmaker. Look how aggressive Zoro's already getting. Love to get that high ground as quickly as possible. Oh my! Finds JP through that mess? Are you kidding me? That was a just filthy, filthy shot. Boop. Well, clean up on the back end. Lucid's just stalling it out. There you go. First point is on the board. My goodness. Alright. Lucid, so that's enough Sigma. That's enough of the poke composition. He just got ran over. So JP coming out on the Baptiste, put us into a little bit more back into this Orisa brawl. Tebow already in a position for that kind of a composition. Doesn't have to make any swaps. Oh, but does need to get their ass back in the lobby. Food break. Exactly. Tactical pizza pause. Oh no, Jesper Swag, do not start with this again. So far, that extra sustain seems to be working out. The ability just to fight up close, really. And that extra hit scan coming out from JP. Proving valuable as well. Notori tried to take the low route out. Oop. Gotta be careful. Lucy gets up a Terror Surge, and that tiny little hallway is the last place you want to be. With both teams with Infrasites on the board. Jonowich with an aggressive orbital in here. It didn't feel like when I flipped to Zaro's pop, it didn't feel like the backline was quite ready to turn that corner. I mean, can be such a tough corner to approach for that reason. And it might have been an issue where, you know, SuperConfident were hoping to push people back and then Zaro get in a position to catch them while they're retreating. But it didn't look like Snus Reloaded retreated. They just went headlong right into that fight. That's a hell of an opener. That should just be the reset. Woo! All right, Tori kind of out by themselves up front. Jesper Swag trying to put some pressure on Lucid. Lucid also taking damage from Chaba on this high ground. Tori continues to punch through. This looks like an annihilation about to come out. You bet. Immortality Field keeping everybody alive for now. They're also Terror Surge behind, and Saunders able to find 2 through it all. Tori now making the swap to the Sigma, and yeah, well, just a lot more of a poke look. Slow it down, try to outplay the cooldowns. Lucid jumps through the shield to land that spear. You see the Discord in the back, and Notorious trying to follow up on that Discord. Dragons do split the backline momentarily. Jesper Swag kind of falls back to regroup. Keep an eye on the Genji here as they're looking to push in. There's the dash used. Don't quite get to Blade. Tori's now stepping in, but there's an orbital ray and an Ant Matrix in front of them. Oh my goodness. She's barely able to get out of there. The whole team kind of grouped up. Lucid popping the fortified, just pouring bullets down that hallway. Here comes the... Oh, there went the Blade. The Blade came and went, courtesy of Team Soini. Picking up 2 kills, both DPS falling here to the Hanzo, but stood out in the fight there. Oop, just kind of hiding back here. Okay. How are the turntables? Oh, the Flux doesn't land. What a move from JP. He's able to sneak down. Saunders getting kills while this is happening. This insane delay out of the supports has bought time for Lucy and Saunders to get back on this point. No way the supports stalled that out long enough. What an incredible play. And Saunders making good on it all, making sure that that dance moves from the support line don't go unnoticed, don't go unrewarded. Sights out for both of our widows. Turning the corner. There's Timosoni. With line set on Tori. Yeah, Tori's not going to be able to stand there. Gets yanked back. Fortunate that Timosoni didn't have the Storm Arrows ready in that moment. Whoop! Pops him there to try to fend off Jesper Swag. Tori does fall, but Jesper Swag and Jonowich combine for that kill. So even though they don't have a tank, there's still a beam here, and Lucid is standing right in the middle of it. A long distance immortality. Oh, and the orbital ray invested in this. Happy Sloth gets 2 with that orbital ray. And the support line of Happy Sloth and JP have just been impeccable. Unbelievably strong in holding down the fort. And JP will come up with the kill there on the end to secure this stop. That was almost a brilliant pulse bomb.
Score 0-1. Switching sides. Initiating match. Ready for battle.
Super confident now forced to see if they can get a full hold here. They could get a point B stop. I don't feel like the cart made it that far up the hill. But with Zoro, you know what? I mean, that high ground positioning on point B could be just as valuable as well. So, still, I think at the very least, you've got to eat quite a bit of time up here. If Snus Reloaded comes out and is able to just win first 2 fights, I think this map may just be done ski, as they'll just have overwhelming time bank to get the rest of the way. It'll at least make life very difficult. We'll see how this fight goes. Nice wall there, blocks in too, but wall used defensively out of Jesper Swag. I think is enough to keep everybody safe, and they're going to back up to the corner. Oh, no sniper here. You don't need it when you've got Timisoidi on this May. Puts an icicle right between Zoro's eyes. And that is first couple of fights going the way. Oh, and the ice block to body block Hattori in. Nasty block. Nasty stagger. And that's looking like a very quick point A picked up. No Hattori to stall this out. Oh, the rock onto an airborne Jesper Swag. Whoa. Lucid did not even let Jesper Swag hit the ground. That was cool. Tori swaps over to Reinhardt. They have to hold this line for 5 minutes. Good news here for Super Confident fans is Jonowich is quite a bit ahead in the orbital ray, although that gap has closed here as this engagement is broken out. Blizzard thrown up top, and Zoro can't get out of it. Tori hiding on the outside, but has to give up a lot of space in the middle of the street. One that Lucid and Sonder are happy to immediately try to take back. But Tori moves through, is able to just muscle down several players. Is not going to survive with the Ant Matrix, the Gravitic Flux, and the Assault configuration thrown in. Chaba up on a flank here. That would have been an impressive kill, but alas, it is not meant to be. Snus Reloaded, 3 strong, right at the back of the point. Jesper Swag should get a touch, but is very low and has to use dash just to get in. Orbital Ray to try to cover these last few meters. Hattori is here for the contest. Chaba does have a nano, but just can't quite get in time. And that is that. Snus Reloaded win every single fight on their attack to tie us up here in your NEL Grand Finals.
Play of the game.
Woo! That was a fast escort. Once we got kind of into the pokey side of things, man, SuperConfident. Well, I mean, they kind of look like they fell behind, and you would expect them. I mean, with a hit scan player of the caliber of Zoro, you would expect the long range kind of poke style maps where you see a Widowmaker really shine and pop up. You'd expect that to be a strong suit for SuperConfident. And one that we kind of, we might have questioned as far as that was a Snus reloaded map pick. Hi, Beauregard. What? Why? You're staring at me. You're burning a hole through the side of my head, Beauregard. What are you doing? What? Why? Anyway. Might have thought, like, hey, why are Snus Reloaded taking us to this map that is such traditionally a strong home for Widowmaker? And Zoro has, some of the best hit scan in the region, certainly in the tournament. Well, they don't opt into that, at least not very often. We saw a little bit of the Widow do. We saw Sonder opt into that a little bit. But I think we really found the success, particularly on the attack, was in the May Bastion. Was it more of, far less of the traditional hard hit scan, and really playing out the brawl aspects. And despite playing with a Sigma, we're just slow and methodical and steady and controlling the battlefield to play out exactly the way they wanted as far as what distances they want to fight at. I mean, that was a textbook, like, education on Circuit Royale. And that leaves us knotted, headed into Mac 5. Timo fake DC for lip. Now I'm even with the official broadcast. Interesting. Hey, that's good. They took a 2-minute break in there, too. I want... Yeah, I'm magically on with the official broadcast, huh? Telling me, it sounds to me like they didn't have their delay on. That's what that sounds like. That sounds like they didn't have their delay on for the first map or two. I could be wrong. It could have just been some weird Twitch thing, some sort of Twitch encoding thing where my stream got behind. Whew. I mean, back and forth. We're heading into map 5 at 2-2. I mean, this one feels like a map 7 is just in the cards, all right? It just kind of feels that way. Just when you think one team is starting to pull ahead, the other team digs deep and finds some magic. And it comes back and looks very one-sided the other way. Yeah, I agree, Beauregard. I agree. All right, for map 5, we are headed to Surafasa. This is SuperConfident's map pick.
Ready for battle.
No roster changes headed in. Oh, we did get Tissue Baker coming back in for Sonder. Excuse me. We did get Tissue Baker coming in.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Tissue Baker had a absolute lights out Genji there in map 1. I would expect to make that swap headed in here. You betcha. You bet your bottom dollar we're getting the Tissue Baker Bacon Genji. And I call Tissue Baker the Bacon Genji just because they had the bacon in their pocket, pulled all the aggro, caused a giant C9 there in our opening submap. Wall is up. Lucid is also back on this Zarya that gave SuperConfident so many problems there in the upper bracket semifinals. Zoro onto this, coming back on the Sojourn. This is one we've seen peppered in when we get into more of these brawly map types, and it seems to work well, but JP robs Zoro of that precious high ground. Timo Soini has been forced to use that ice block early, now in a very vulnerable situation. Looks like Tissue Baker would like to go trade. Here comes Lucy trying to come back on the Maga back into this fight. Tissue Baker will in fact trade out for Hattori and Chaba. Holy Tissue Baker. Your surprise hero pick. Oh. I'm just so enthralled with Tissue Baker right now. Okay, Zoro brings him down, but drops to literal 12 health. Has to go find a Mega. Then Lucid's going to come in and shove Gunny and Cha-Cha right in your face.
I could make this a habit.
This is an unusual wrinkle in this. The more very survivable. And these fights are kind of bursty, so the burst heal kind of works. Ooh, it's not enough to get through that, though. The healing orb and the coalescence put in, and even though the Moore is able to dodge out of the blizzard, same can't be said for the rest of the squad. And this is going to be Snus Reloaded, grabbing first control here on this second point. Chaba comes off the Moira and back onto the Yada. Ooh, a couple shots down. Here comes Baker with the blade into the cage and the sound barrier to back him up. It's 2 warring Genjis. Just for swag, it's 4. Hattori has the sound barrier fading. Excuse me, it was 3 in the cage. Both Genjis, I believe, found 3 with that blade. An incredible team fight. Now Tissue Baker goes to the back. Chaba is there. Chaba gets the nade in. Eventually goes down, but your work is done. We're looking like SuperConfident. Could grab first cap here for the first time, although there is a couple of stalling heroes. JP and Team Asoini doing their best to buy as much percentage as possible. Get it about 65% before that inevitable cap comes through. No ults on the table for either team as we walk back in this next engagement. Oh, Tissue Baker, yeah, just coming in from the high ground. Ooh, the wall block a lot of that back line. Tried to block Hattori. Hattori is able to find some safety. Ooh, there's the overrun. The Bionade lands. That means that the Cardiac isn't doing anything. Lucid so desperately needs that Cardiac to sustain through that fight, buy a little bit of time for anybody else to get anything done. Not able to do so. Although, I mean, the Tissue Baker and everybody's still cleaned up, so. Lucid's back in the fight. Snus Reloaded take the second point. All right. We're locking in. We're locking in, I swear. Well, it's up. Oh, punches are good. That's going to be JP investing. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, just right. Gets that ultimate as well. Both teams trying to invest. Tissue Baker moves in and finds that important kill on Chaba, though. So, Hattori now lacking some sustain in this fight. Trying to get in, see if they can trade out. I think both teams are missing supports. Tissue Baker ends up winning out as far as that Genji trade. And Team Asoini never has to use this blizzard, at least not yet. This corner could be a deadly spot for it. First cap has gone over to SuperConfident as the Orbital and the Annihilation are thrown into this. The blizzard is, in fact, used to try to counterpunch Sound Barrier as well. That gives the flip back over to Snus Reloaded as the Annihilation and the Orbital Ray fade. Just for Swag now sitting in the back line. Hattori trying to see if they can answer here with the overclock. But Tissue Baker is able to dance around the cage, holding everybody in place. Still Hattori is able to stand up, stand tall, punch down Tissue Baker, and Lucid falls throughout that as well. I still think overwhelming player advantage 3-2 going to Snus Reloaded on this objective. Hattori carefully trying to maneuver around this May wall, see what damage they can give it to. Sony not only is able to block them with the wall, but find that icicle onto Chaba. There's a regroup here required out of SuperConfident. Walls up, just for Swag. One hell sneaks through. Happy Sloth finds the kill just as they come out of the Wraith form. And an incredible overrun, just smashing Hattori down. No escape there. I'm surprised Zoro lived as long as they did. Snus Reloaded are touching the spawn doors here. And then they are on track for a lightning fast Suravasa as everybody just has a little powwow out front. Ah, there's a free cap in the back. C9, C9, C9. Hubris punished. Please tell me SuperConfident come back and win this map. Please tell me to come back and win this map. All right. I mean, they didn't have to spend a lot of ultimates to get out of spawn either, right? You know, you'd think the part of the spawn choke is having to invest just to escape. Both support ults now ready. 83%. Blizzard approach here from the stairs. Continuing rush thrown in immediately. It's a rush into the back, and Lucid doesn't make it in. The Blizzard is out, and nobody is caught. Just for Sag able to Wraith form right on out of there. And Zoro, just for Sag, put their damage to good use. That's one on the board there for SuperConfident.
Flashpoint Palace.
Rotation from the top side. Whoop. Anyway, just turned around. They weren't quite ready for that one. Sound barrier is in here from Happy Sloth. Cage interrupted. The cage will not make it out, and Tissue Baker goes down before they can use their ultimate. Just for a second, does fall as Timisoweni is still here on the Pharah. And we get these Zoro Genji. This is a rarity. Hattori's won. It still gets the pick. Oh no! And Zoro will find JP. Hattori, how much health do you have? Oh, that was less than 25. They will get first cap. Reinforcements have shown up, and Hattori's still alive. The duck around the corner just in the nick of time. The cardiac overdrive is out, and there's ults in spades available here for SuperConfident. As Hattori smashes Happy Sloth with the overrun and finds Tissue Baker with the guns. Wow, how the winds have shifted. There's Hattori with the Blitzkrieg cage fight. And we're going to get the Blade, the Death Blossom. That was explosive. Yeah, you think that was a team kill? You think? Now, both DPS ult available here for the other side. Snus Reloaded still just need one more point here to take the map. They're not going to fight it on this one, though. And Zoro will completely devalue, well, everything. Your whole team. Zoro just devalued your whole team. We're headed to the final point.
Flashpoint Temple.
Sneaky, sneaky ambush in the back. Jono just kind of ducking up over the top. Here comes Lucid into join, and they converge beautifully on that kill into Chaba. Orbital Ray thrown in. Cage fight. Invested here from Hattori. Immediately finds Lucid. Oh, that caught Tissue in it as well. Zoro with a good kill there to finish off Happy Sloth. And SuperConfident continue to keep the good times rolling. Should I say running in Hattori's case? Tissue Baker kept quiet here after a lot of this map, after one of those spectacular Genji performances we've seen in this tournament in map 1. Sound barrier in, the dash, and just to make sure they get that sound barrier. Second dash used into the back. Can they hunt anything down? No, they're trapped. They're stuck, and Zoro has a blade of their own. The cage is released. Zoro is just looking to chase him down. That looked like a Malgo wielding a katana. That's what that looked like. They were so in sync, so layered on top of each other. Two for two through the exchange. Lucid gets Zoro, but also goes down. So Hattori the only take standing. There's the run back to point just to try to get the overtime going. Tissue Baker, the last standing Genji. Can you pull off the impossible? I mean, you don't have to kill everybody, just stall. Nice combination. Happy Sloth with the call. Barely make it back in time, but they do keep the overtime going. Hattori holding on. No supports inside. There's Janowich there to try to back him up. Hattori and Janowich go to separate sides. Hattori now dropping back in. Drops the cardiac overdrive. Still not quite able to heal. Gesture Strike trying to see if they can hold the line as well. Neither are going to be able to stay standing. The flip will come through on this fifth and final point for this map. This one's going down to the wire. Both teams have cage fight. It's going to be an orbital ray advantage. Happy Sloth 20% away from a sound barrier. An early kill on them could be disastrous. Cages are going to come in layered on top of each other. And this is just going to be a blender of a team fight right in the middle. Lucid low. Hattori's able to mow down the Blizzard. Overrun it. Excuse me. Mow down the Maga. And this is looking like they're going to do it. SuperConfident are going to do it. No way, no shot. We had Snus Reloaded emoting in front of their spawn doors at 99% and a 2-0. Is there anybody close? Tissue Baker is there. And Lucid is back on the Doomfist as well. Soundbarrier invested here from Happy Sloth. This is not done. Orbital Ray thrown on the point, and Choppa's got first blood onto Lucid. No tank left as the katana is drawn. Zoro dashing through one. A couple of takes onto Timosoni. They will not get that Death Blossom off. Absolutely not. Zoro with a double kill dash through to conclude the map. Unreal. Hubris punished.
Play of the game.
I have never in 5 years of casting seen anything like that. Unreal. Unreal. That's same thing happening in the main broadcast chat. Is just no way, no way, surely not, no fucking way. The emoting in front of the spawn doors. All 5 players. Oh my. Oh my. Lucid? Yeah, Choppa says, I'm sorry, Lucid. Oh, Lucid said you're not my Chopro anymore. Oh, Choppa says, I'm sorry, Lucis. Oh. I'm willing to bet Lucid will not be emoting in front of anybody's spawn doors anytime soon. I have never in 5 years of casting seen that. Unbelievable. All right, we're headed back to control. will not be Lijiang Tower. It will not be Lijiang Tower. We've already played Lijiang. It will not be Lijiang. Snus have Samoa, Busan, and Oasis to choose from here. Unbelievable. I need those snapshots. I need those snapshots stat. There's a golden tweet just waiting to be made of everybody from Snus Reloaded emoting in front of the SuperConfident spawn doors while it's being C9'd in an O2. And then the second picture is the SuperConfident victory. Like, that's just... like, that's a golden tweet waiting to be made. It is Samoa here from map number 6. No roster changes from SuperConfident. We got Looter. We got Looter in the room here, cheering on SuperConfident. One map away from getting some revenge and taking this grand finals in season 1 of the Nordic Esports League. Let's see, it is 527 euros. Or excuse me, 500, it's 500 even euros. It's 527 USD. 500 euros go into first place. Hey, both of these teams, either of these teams, no, both of these teams will get a minimum of 300 euros here just for making it into these grand finals. So, you know, everybody gets a nice dinner after this one, right? Everybody gets a nice dinner after this one. But there's 500 euros going towards going to first place. Get that extra little bit of spending money for Stockholm next weekend. No roster changes from either side. So that means Sonder is not coming back in. So we are seeing Tissue Beaker stay in as we head back to control. We'll be sticking with the Magamir heading into this first round as we head into Volcano. And certainly seemed to favor Hattori and SuperConfident. Hattori was often getting the better trades there with Lucid. Seemed to be getting the more value out of the cage fights. And then Just for Swag was playing a lot of this Reaper back on that previous map. Tissue Baker, do we see them go back over to the Genji? I would anticipate so. Yes, absolutely. So we are going to get mirror matchups here. Both teams will start the fight around this control area. I don't know what this is, a monitoring area. Super Confident with their back to the point. Oh, Tissue Baker just absolutely overrun. Let's get it into some Chabapov. Sitting back here, throwing the kunai down with deadly accuracy. Oh, losing just for swag's not good, though. Super Confident will run back to grab control of the point. And it looks like both teams just kind of retreating back to their corners for a moment. Keep an eye on JP in this little duel up top. Whoop. Lucid just taking way too much damage on that approach. By the time they even slammed in, they were already at about 30% health. Easy peckins there for Jesper Swag and Hattori. Without the tank, yes, this is going to be a percentage continuing to build here for Super Confident. Big old support ult fight. I saw Zoro just slashing and dashing all the way through that multiple times. Every one of those kills, Zoro gets another dash. And just layer with Jesper Swag. It's a good start. Yeah, this is just cleanup. Tissue Baker not able to escape. Yeah, man, this has been a flawless first round here for Super Confident in this map 6 Samoa. Now we are coming up on a Tissue Baker blade. Chaba saved Kitsune through this fight. Kitsune cage. And Lucid just disappears in the blink of an eye. It's like a magic trick. Yeah, don't learn from the lessons of your opponents. We're not getting any emoting in front of the spawn doors here. That was unbelievable. That was truly unreal. I can't believe that. I still can't believe that happened. Timisoni's Death Blossom amidst the cage fight is enough to fend off the Zoro blade. Tissue Baker invested blade as well through all that. I don't know if you needed it, but the fight, the point does flip here after that fight. Tori with the smash down, up over the top, Jesper Swag. Yeah, absolutely gonna throw in the tornado of bullets in there. And that'll get Lucid low enough as well as pick up a kill on to Tissue Baker. Put 2-piece there in the feed. Now, Jesper Swag is out of this fight. Gotta carefully kind of dance around, especially with the Kitsune Rush thrown in here from Snus Reloaded. Prompts the orbital ray out, and Tori's still just taking an overwhelming amount of damage. This Timisoni is able to whittle them down. And when I say whittle, I mean like whittling with a giant axe. Oh, Jesper Swag finds their revenge, though. Lucid, the only take left on this point. Is everybody just hunting for trades in this one. Snus coming out back on top. Cooldown trade there between Zoro and JP. Watch for the bait in. Yeah, the orbital's gonna be thrown right over this cage fight. And Tori just put themselves in trouble. Jesper Swag goes down, and Tori is low. The Kitsune Rush netted him a trade, but Lucid with a 2-piece there at the very end. Oh my. And this one's going to a 99.99. Lucid held on to cage fight. Couple of DPS ults coming up here for Super Confident. Jesper Swag got chalked down there at the top of your screen. Moves back as the cage comes down. Here comes the Death Blossom. No shot! Once again, it's going to be that Kitsune Rush out from JP. Perfectly timed in an incredibly important fight. This one cleaned up with the blade from Tissue Baker. And that is going to be a 0.99 swing here from Snus Reloaded to take Volcano.
Score 1-0. Ready for battle.
After coming in with a head full of steam and a lot of momentum, taking it to 99. Swings back the other direction. Good ult usage, particularly out of JP. Getting the better end of the exchange with Kitsune rushes. A real standout for me there in that first sub-map. We are back in the mirror. Malgas again. That was a swift step in from Timo Sony. There in the back line. Does Wraith form out. Here comes the pursuit. Out of cooldowns, but the heal is good. And they're even getting some benefit of that cardiac, but still not enough sustain. So first blood goes over to Zoro and Overconfident, or excuse me, Super Confident here in this one. Sorry. We saw the overconfidence on display from Snus Reloaded back on map 5, but that's, you know, a story for another moment. Lucid using both cooldowns to find some safety there over on that side building in the league building. Let's Choppa with the first ultimate online here, and Lucid immediately cut down. There's the run and smash through Tissue Baker. Zoro going in, finding a couple picks there on the back of it. Cuts off the escape here for Happy Sloth. Oh, what a JP too. Can't quite lock that one down. JP now with the Kitsune rush, and we've seen the orbital kind of fall flat run being thrown into this ultimate. Which, by the way, we did not see Happy Sloth try to invest our own orbital ray into the previous. So it's going to be a disengage here from Super Confident. I keep doing that. Tori low. Yeah, he's not going to try to invest in that one. I think Super Confident, we're hoping they might get a few more ultimates out than that. As it was very clearly a dry fight from them, not investing the orbital ray or the blade into that fight, which would have been, I mean, the cage would have been, you know, that would have not been a good idea. But they could have absolutely feasibly used the first two ultimates and tried to exchange there. They just run a dry fight, get the Kitsune out. Now try to wrestle back control while they have a 60 to 15% lead. Same 4 ultimates on from both teams. Cage fight, pulled first here from Super Confident. Zoro pulls out the blade. Dueling Death Blossoms. Timo Sony comes out with a massive set of kills. What is this, goats? Was that a cardiac overdrive difference? Was that a delay in the cardiac overdrive from Lucid hitting it with the Death Blossom? It was hard to tell. It was very hard to tell. That's one of those fights we could definitely go break that down. 52 to 58 here. Tissue Baker picks up an opening pick into this next fight. Make it 2. Both supports. Now suffering under the Tissue Baker katana. Now we're back even, staying even, pretty theoretically as far as ults are concerned. It's going to be response Kitsune rush coming out here from Super Confident. Fight right in the middle of it. Ooh. Going into the back. Yeah, Tissue Baker comes up with all of the goods. And this is just going to be a quick closeout 2-0 here on Samoa. We're headed to map 7. It seemed to be in the cards from the get-go. It'll be one last hurrah on Hybrid to determine who are your Nordic Grand Finals champions.
Play of the game.
And I mean, we've seen it in both. Now we've seen both teams, I mean, apparently excel through the Malcolm mirror. JP on the Yeah, on that Kiriko. And I feel like that's a hero that I've seen, JP really get a lot of value with before, watching Mythical Minions play in both seasons of Face It League that I've been covering. It seems to be a real strong suit for JP. Whenever they get able to get JP onto that Kiriko, they find, just a ton of wins. Like, they get the job done. The Kitsune rushes in that one. Now on that, once we got into downtown, it didn't feel as impactful. But certainly on Volcano, those 2 Kitsune rushes were insanely well-timed and well-placed. And the use out of it, where they were often holding, kind of alternating their ults there. This is going to bring us down to our decider map, one tiebreaker map. Oh, there, background music ended. Here we go. Woo. Both of our series today going the distance. Unreal. Like, we go back and look here. This will get up. Oh, there you go. There's the update. Woo. So we had a 3-2 from SuperConfident to take that win. It took 5 maps to get the win over good guys in that lower bracket final. Now on their 12th map in a row here today. And I bet they're very grateful we got that hour break, huh? My goodness. It's a lot of Overwatch. We are the lucky. I think we're the winners. No matter what, us as the viewers are the winners here. What a spectacularly entertaining match. We are headed to Escort actually for map number 7. Which is smart. Like, not going back to hybrid where we can draw. Let's not draw in a map 7 scenario. That's always feels so anticlimactic, right? Like, we want a dub. Now, if we get a draw in Escort, then it just feels like it was in the cards that we go 8 maps today. All right. It was SuperConfident's map pick, by the way, headed into Old Jibby. Do we get the Reinhardt Jibby? This is where SuperConfident really turned it around. Like, they sealed the deal on Suravasa, but they really turned the series around against good guys here on this map. We'll have SuperConfident starting us off on the defense. So we'll go and get those side swap for you so we're good to go once we're ready to head in game. Okay, so we are getting Sonder coming back in the DPS role for Mr. Tissue Baker. Looks to be the only change I'm seeing. A little bit later on today, I'll be covering some GOATS finals here for South America. So that'll be happening about 3 hours from now is when that match will kick off. Always good to support South America on Overwatch. It's a region that's been just horribly underrepresented. Check additional info. What am I checking? I saw that you had, it was, the co-stream was there earlier. It was here earlier. Wait, you want me to check it to see if they took it away? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Maybe I'm not supposed to be looking at the stream because we're not supposed to be looking at it. I will say I'm not familiar with Aland. I feel stupid. I'm very curious. There will be some research done after this. Oh, it hasn't been approved yet? It showed my co-stream up there like a minute ago. I swear I saw it there. Because it had the main stream and the co-stream were on top of each other. I swear I saw it. No, I appreciate it, Trash Panda. No, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate that. I really, really do. Okay. One last run through Jibby. Our team was in shambles after UC9. Oh my. Okay, this chat has gotten the chat back cap. Chop back cap. the chop 9. Our team was in shambles after UC9. Oh, so good, so good. You should have heard our comms after that C9. JP says, haha, I got so many clips. Please. Oh my goodness. Just listen to Chava when you go to Sweden. But Dancing Queen, dancing in September. I'm playing Pokemon. Should I pick Charmander? I love the Choppa jokes. I'm all aboard on some Choppa jokes. I mean, that was like the play of the series. The Chabak cap. The Chabak cap. That was the play of the series right there. I mean, it'd be done right now, right? It would be it. It would be a 4-2 score line. We would be crowning Snus Reloaded champions. Nope. Nope. The Chabak cap happened. Getting love for having a level 5 endorsement. It's really easy. You just have to be like somewhat know what you're doing in gold and everybody will endorse you. Because everybody's chasing, I don't know, battle pass rank or whatever. Oh. So yeah, I just feel like everybody actually endorses in gold. It's real easy. Like you just do halfway decent. Everybody's like, oh my goodness, my tank knew what to do. My tank didn't just full send right up the middle, walking in a straight line. Let's give them endorsements. Like, it's super easy. Super easy to impress people in gold. All right. The long-awaited Map 7. Concluding our 12 map day here for NEL. The entire season comes down to this. Rip. As we get our 5th food break. All that talk about Chaba DCs. what a build up. All right, pizza number 5. Pizza number 5. Whoa. Our teams are getting a little wild. Our teams are getting a little wild. There's things here I will not repeat this on broadcast. I will not repeat this on broadcast. Oh. They're talking about Jespering their swag and Jaying their pee, you know, like this is devolved, friends. This is devolved. All right, welcome back, Chaba. Small foot break. Chaba needed a foot break. Food. There you go. 3rd time's a charm, Chaba. I needed a foo break. All right, let's get into it. Map 7. We're serious. It's super serious. Everybody is super serious. Super serious. Have 300 hours on Mercy, easy level 5. Yeah, exactly. Jesper swag. Dial it down. Dial it down, sir. Son of a bitch. That's not me. It's prod issues. All right. That is it. That is it. Y'all have crossed the line. That is it. You get the pause polka. Bust out your dance emotes. I was like, wait a minute, why am I catching strays? Wow. That was a conversation. Double it down there. Prepare, prepare, prepare. Get ready, get ready. All right. We get it. We get it. It's time for map 7.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Can Zora take over here in the Widowmaker? Haven't seen a whole lot. Try to match, but we saw the the Bastion May work like a charm on Circuit Royale. Traditionally, great spot there for Zoro in this Widow. Already, we're getting the bulk of, bulk of the team's up here, and a great block on the Jesper Swag. Finding first blood, the jump across, Timisoini doesn't make it across. Lucid did, though. The jump up just to make sure Zora has nowhere to go. Yeah, Timo just continuing to land Icicle after Icicle. One by one, the defensive SuperConfident gets dismantled here on point A. Definitely time for a recontest, though. Tori swaps on over to JQ and immediately finds a kill on Timo. Wheels down in the back here for Sonder. Didn't even need that extra damage. It was Lucid who comes up with that important pick onto Jono, which is it enough to take this point? Just going to stall out. I think wait for Timo to get back into this fight. And we'll try to push back in. Was the overrun from the inside? Janowicz has returned, so Tori is hanging out in the thick of things. Orbital Ray thrown into the middle. Should be able to top Lucid up. And Tori eventually just overwhelmed on this point. Nowhere to go. JP with a 3-piece here on the back of the fight. Be the 4th, you bet. Tell you, JP on this Kiriko has been an incredible difference maker throughout this series, throughout the back couple maps of these series, kind of pulling Snus Reloaded back into it after that embarrassing display on Surabasa. Everybody jumping into the cage fight here. Jesper Swag gets immediately mowed down, and Tori dangling suffers a similar fate. This is 3 fight wins in a row here out of Snus Reloaded. They've barely lost any players so far on this map. Rampage, though, should list at least one death. That went on to Lucid just in the nick of time before Tori gets frozen up. And that's going to be enough for a very much needed fight win to kind of slow the roll here of this attack. I guess a second fight win, theoretically. Maybe it was first fight win. Shoot, now that I'm thinking about it. If that's the case, still a decent amount of time eating off the clock. Let's see what it's 6.5 minutes total so far. Down to 3. Zoro in a good position up on this high ground. Timo dashes through the inside. Just that catches Happy Sloth there. Trying to back up Lucid. Oh, and now it's going to move in, circle around to get that kill onto JP. Was that a teleport in place? That was interesting. Just give yourself some iframes, I suppose. Another good fight here from the defense. Ooh. Timo drops down to find that pick. For the 4v5, that's SuperConfident. Just kind of back up here, wait for reinforcements. Tori building up to that grab after swapping on over to the Zarya, making a move across. Ooh, but they're gonna drop down one shot. Sonder, God. Sonder with just 2 insane picks right out of the gate. Orbital thrown in a 3v5. Zoro's able to get one, but that is going to be it. As Sonder finds their third head of that fight. God, I don't feel like I want to take it off a Sonder pop. I was talking about, just the impact of Zoro, and Sonder hadn't really pulled out the hard hits game. But God, that last fight was so impressive. Orbital, the cage fight, kind of devalued there. Running the Kitsune Rush as well as the Death Blossom thrown in from the other side. I was still finishing one thought before the second fight really broke out in earnest. Oh, my bad. I kind of got behind the play on that one. I was still just thinking about that previous fight, though. Good Lord. That Sonder performance, like, was stuck in my head. Is now going out onto a Bastion here to try to muscle through a little bit more close quarters. That is point C, at least from the attacker's point of view. Gotta keep an eye on Zoro. Zoro once again playing that deep spot we have seen in our analysis. Grav is out, Sonder is low, but Jesper Swag gets caught. Ends up being a 2-for-1 trade, favoring the attacking Snus Reloaded, but Zoro picks up a kill alongside Chaba to even the odds. Zoro does go down. Chaba's still stuck behind enemy lines. But there's just, I guess there's 3 players on point. Oh, what are you going to do over here, Chaba? What's the plan? It's a 1v2. Oh, there's the call out. Jesper Swag is a little too far away. Jesper Swag! Oh, no. They faded out. Leave it, Chaba. Okay, Chaba makes it back up. Thought the Shadow Step might have just doomed Chaba, but in fact, Orbital right now in over the point. Both of our squads. Timasoni with the Blade. Picks up 2. Death Blossom shuts it down. Still the cart inches forward on this corner. It's just Zoro on the Widowmaker hiding on the back until the Swift Step comes in. The Shadow Step comes in. There from Jesper Swag. Overrun will finish off the farmer. Jesper Swag is on fire here and just trying to play a little bit safe. Buy some time. Does in fact stall long enough for the cavalry to show back up here on this defense. Cage fight, Kitsune Rush thrown in from JP and the rest of Snus Reloaded. JP's going to push forward, see if they can find that kill on to Jono. Jono dumping around the corner, just runs into a couple more red-coated players. 3 on the board here for Snus Reloaded with a little under a minute left in the time bank. That's having any time at all left here to finish WPG is a feat.
Initiating match. Ready for battle.
No hard hit skin defensively. Sonder sticking with the Bastions. And low-key, one of my favorite skins in the game.
Five, four, three, two, one. Attackers incoming. Stop the pain.
Oh, you see where Timo was hiding directly behind him, waiting for the teleport. I didn't clock it. Neither did SuperConfident. And insanely fast, 2 picks right on the board. Timo's out. Just like trying to get a little more aerial progress here. Zoro staying low on the Reaper actually. Woo! Not able to get out. Thunder picks up 1 loose. It's still in deep. Maybe 2 deep. We'll see if this works out. Thunder trying to play on this high ground. Doesn't have sight lines on him. Ops just keep sight lines on this cart. Whoop! JP just runs up into 3 people. despite losing a couple players, we do get SuperConfident able to get a little bit of progress. They catch Timo Soin out on the back of that fight. Timo Soni. Yeah, that one I still struggle with. Sorry, y'all. Timo. Considering Rush re-engage. Sonder wheels down. They do force everybody back around the corners. Disengage from SuperConfident goes down into the pit. Looping back up here. The drop in from JP in the back. Just putting a sandwich in. And what is this cage fight? This is Tori's cage fight that's up. Pair of kills actually for both of our Malgas. The body block onto Lucid. And Janowicz throwing the torpedoes into the mix. What a cage fight out of a Tori, and one that could have gone either way. Even if a Tori dies, it keeps them occupied long enough for the cap to come through. Little scouting move up to the high ground. Ooh. Chopper's got to be real careful. Here comes the rush in. Orbital Ray, Death Blossom in from Zoro, immediately destroyed. As Timo Soin gets the later Death Blossom once again. Fights both DPS with it. Gets the JP palm. That's so outstanding. The jump up to avoid the overrun. Lucid finds Chaba. Turn it around and getting Lucid topped up as Zoro returns into this fight. Justice Swag on the top with the focusing beam. Might be able to melt it down. The heals are just too good. Ends up being the duplicate there. And JP just hugging Lucid, topping up all along the way. Sonder throwing in the artillery strike. That looks like that's going up to the high ground where Hattori is trying to hold the line. Lucid once again just towing that low health bar, but not falling all the way back to spawn. And the defense stands tall. What a fight. Wake Up Kitsune Rush even invested into that to help seal the deal. Help close out that fight. Alright, Jesper Swag now on a Genji. Dance around, get in on Sonder. Yeah, if Sonder doesn't get you, then it seems like Timo does. Cage fight now in, wheels down from Sonder, just rotating into the shuttle. Oh my goodness, an absolute bloodbath there from Zoro and Chaba. Hattori sneaks out some meterage, but down in this fight, ooh, Hattori's gonna go and invest in this. See if she can pull this one out. Just too much sustain there from Timo Soin, especially when you start throwing the Suzu and some extra heals coming into the mix, so. That one will cut it, we're not getting a swap. Tori up the stairs, Chopper with the Kitsune Rush in there. Oh, and that's a lot happening in a tiny room. It should be a good spot to throw down a Kitsune Rush, but Chopper's able to shut it down. I don't think Suzy was using that. Wins the 1v1 over JP. 2 points on the board, 3.5 left in the clock. Looking up top, you know that SuperConfident have to get this card in, have to force extras to have a chance here at the championship. Oh, it's a late kill out of Jesper Swag. Orbital Ray engage. Zoro just fade out. Has the Death Blossom. Ooh, gets intercepted. Makes it back into the spawn. Oh, same can't be said for Hattori or Jesper Swag, though, as they get caught up. The speed too overwhelming there from the other side in that Kitsune Rush investment. Excuse me, the Orbital Ray investment. It wasn't the speed, it was the sustain. It was the sustain through that one. That's just Kitsune Rush and Cardiac Overdrive just seem to be provide so much sustain. Incredible levels of health back off of that. And we see, I mean, Death Blossom and Dragon Blade both thrown in, neither of which are able to whittle through the massive amount of sustain through that Cardiac Overdrive, buffed by the Consuming Rush out of JP. And another just phenomenal ult. JP able to win that out with just one Consuming Rush. Now, Just Protect does get this opening pick, but is low. Is outside the cage fight, importantly, and double support thrown in here from SuperConfident. Timosoni has the blade and has the kills. Lucid does go down as Hattori traps 2 in their own cage. Have to drop it to move back onto this point, help finish off Timosoni. We'll get both them and Happy Sloth with a minute 20 to go. There's the orbital out. Time for a disengage. Speed ring used to do so. Everybody makes it down. Kind of past the danger mark. It's anybody from Snus Reloaded try to pursue that, you'd just be running right into a crossfire. So a good disengage. Now, is there anything to come back in here with? Keep an eye on Just for Swag. That's getting Saunders dropping the Death Loss in the back, but it looks like everybody's by speed past it. Zoro finds Happy Sloth and Just for Swag will chase Janowicz all the way back into spawn. Ooh, excuse me. Gets the kill on a Janowicz, but 2v1 left on this point. I think Team Asoyan might be able to hold here. Zoro's not going to survive through that. No way! Hattori gets the kill. Saunder doesn't make it back. They cap an OT, but they do get the cap. Hattori just barely able to get that in before reinforcements showed back up. That was so close. That was so close. I thought the kill from JP might have just tilted that balance. The Death Blossom from Jesper Swag ends up just that little bit of extra damage needed. Just that little bit of extra damage. It's amazing. It's amazing how close a lot of these fights come down to.
Ready for battle.
Yeah, we saw Timo with this crazy flank before. So no teleport strats. SuperConfident aren't going to risk kind of pushing themselves into that vulnerable position again with only 1 minute to go. Did Saunder get hit by their own dynamite up there? Is that what I just saw happen up there? I was confused for a moment. All right, pushing down low. Just gonna be right up the top. Meanwhile, Timo and Lucid have dropped back onto the point. Here comes Hattori, rejoin the rest of the team down here, catching everybody inside that small mega room. What a bait! Does it look like Zoro and Hattori had just kind of bailed on it, left their supports vulnerable down in the car wash, and then the moment that Lucid and Snus Reloaded make a move, here comes the cavalry. They catch all of Snus Reloaded in that tiny room. What a play! Is it a championship play? That remains to be seen. Lucid's going to go down early in this fight. Jesper Swag holding the back line. Timosoni trying to hold the car, but cannot anchor it for long. And that's going to be the 4th point on the board. Can be in more trade. Saunder already found one. Happy Sloth gets another. So, SuperConfident whittled down to 3 as they make their way into the shuttle bay. Cart moving underneath. Zoro cut on the outside. There's the drop down. Bob is going to be thrown in the back. Bounces perfectly, just put so much damage in. Rally up there from Jonowich as Jefferson Swipe comes in with the blade. 2 kills. There it is. Make it 3 on the board here for SuperConfident. Orbital Ray invested in that as well. Abisoft is still 15% away. What a push. What a push. This is looking like 5 points on the board. No way anybody makes it back. Yeah. That's going to be Snus Reloaded just relegating that point. Everybody taking the back spawn. Concerning Rush invested immediately, but Zoro's got the Death Blossom inside that cage fight. Oh, they survived that though. JP picks up 2 on the back of it. Surviving that initial Death Blossom was the key. And the Concerning Rush is going to be enough this time. Once again, JP delivers a fight win here for Snus Reloaded, and it couldn't come at a better time.
Score.
Well, I mean, I guess if it had come a lot earlier in this extra innings, that would have technically been a better time. But if you don't have that Concerning Rush there, I mean, this could be 6 points on the board here for SuperConfident.
Ready for battle.
An extra innings, map 7. What an exciting tournament. Oh my goodness. Your top 3 teams feeling just neck and neck all the way up. Again, I mean, it took 5 maps for SuperConfident to even punch their ticket into this grand finals. It took 7 here to determine yet undecided victor. Not only that, it took extra innings at that to boot. Here we go. One last time. One last hurrah for NEL. We get the teleport across. Sauter going over to the Reaper. As Snus Reloaded come out of the gate with a little under minute 30 to equalize a massive push there out of SuperConfident. There's the push in. Cardiac, not of a time. Lucy gets melted down. They were trying to save that Cardiac until the push came in, and it ends up just being too little too late. They're never going to chance to use that important cooldown. First fight win goes to this defense of SuperConfident.
60 seconds remaining.
Now that is some hottie theory. Trash Panda, that is some genuine hottie theory. Straight up. All right, JP. Playing off this high ground could be an important push. Okay, no. It's just going to be a low ground. All 5 players sticking to the car wash. There's the push over the top. Suggestion Swag's made a swap over. Oh! Lands the volley. Tinasoyan already just cut down. Now the aggression poured in on Asana, trying to get the other DPS out of this fight. Can't quite find it. The heals are there for now. Lucid and Hattori are both neck and neck on these cage fights. 20 seconds left on the clock. Jesper Swag low. Attention towards the Hattori also low. Taken down there in server room at the hands of Sonder. Shadow Step up to the high ground. Forces Jesper Swag out of there. Jesper Swag close to this duplicate. Oh, but Jonowich goes down. Jonowich being able to stay alive just a little bit longer. Might have been a chance for a retake here as it stands. I don't think they're going to risk it. Zoro's risking it. Zoro's risking it. Hattori moving on to the point. Gets the stun. You're going to drop the cage here. Zoro's already down. The point's already on the board. Do you want to try to invest? Hattori gets 1. Hattori gets 2. Jesper Swag gets 1. Now do you want to invest? Still, they did not pull the trigger on any ultimates in this fight. SuperConfident. Jonowich is able to mow down Sonder. Jesper Swag getting it over the top. Finally, the duplicate comes in to help survive through the cage fight as Lucid has one last chance to try to extend this map for Snus Reloaded. But there's no shot. There's no chance. SuperConfident win it all. They are your Nordic champions. Yeah. The JP was outstanding. JP was so good throughout this series. I wanted to see this 4K anyway. I'm glad we get this. Oh, this isn't even the kill in the play I thought it was. Oh, Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. That was it. That was it. Oh, my. GG's in chat. Holy cow. Super confident. Take it in 7. Hottie theory proving true in this particular case. A huge congrats to Super Confident there on that championship. Incredible. Let's go back and take a look at that bracket. You know what? You know what's a sign of a good tournament? You know what the sign of a good tournament? Look at this. Look at this. All the way through here, your top 4. There was not a single 3-0. I mean, through the majority of this tournament, at least in this postseason, we only had 2 3-0s out of the 10 matches that were played here in this postseason. I mean, just neck and neck. Such wonderful competition here in the T3, T2 EMEA scene. Oh, my. 12 maps. Super Confident played through 12 maps in a row to get this championship. Talk about hard-earned. I mean, after an insane loser bracket run at that, right? I mean, they were in every single loser bracket match, lower bracket match. Super Confident had to play. And they won every single one.